Hey guys, it's Mia here and welcome back once again. Now, I was actually planning on having another episode of Limbo done today, but that didn't end up working out. So, we're gonna do what I told you I was planning on getting to in the last video about books I talked about, and that is Summer by J.A Martian, the third book in the season series. Now, this book so far, on the second read through, because I have read the whole series before, I'm just going back and rereading them now that all the books are mine. This book is still turning out to be my favorite in the series with how it's written and its storyline. And also, I think Mark is quickly becoming my favorite character because sarcasm and being jokey is like his first defense, which is also my first defense. Like, I get really talkative when I'm nervous and really sarcastic and snippy, so I relate to him on that point. But this book, it starts out, everything is all fine and dandy, and things are kind of getting back to normal. Well, as normal as they can be for someone with seasoned powers, because it's been a while since they had to go on an adventure. And this one is going to center around Mark and Ava, because Eric and Jenny are kind of pushed out of this adventure for reasons that I won't tell you because it's kind of a spoiler. If you want to read the books yourself, then you'll find out why they're not coming along for this one. But much like it was just Eric and Jenny in spring, it is just Mark and Ava in summer. But like I said, I'm not going to tell you the reasons why it ends up just being the two of them, because I don't want to spoil anything and you'll find out. But like I said, everything has been all fine and dandy for our group of 4 and their friends. I'm not going to list them all because there are a lot of side characters in these books, and I could take 5 minutes just listing them all. So I'm just going to call the side characters their friends. So the book starts out with Mark working at his job in a coffee shop, and as it would happen, some rude customer comes in complaining that his coffee was made wrong. And it's not his first offense coming in talking that his coffee was made wrong. It's like his 17th. And each time it's investigated, the coffee is made right. So they finally get that whole issue settled, and Mark's like, oh, another day on the job. And then he gets to cut off work early. And Ava and Eric show up. I think it's Ava. Not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But so they show up to get their coffee and kind of hang out because it's their birthdays, I guess. They celebrate their birthday all at once because they say that their birthday is when they all first met. So they're just gonna have this big all together 4 birthday thing celebration to celebrate their first time meeting. And so they're all excited for that. When, as they're talking, Mark gets attacked. And they were like, oh, everything was being so peaceful and so nice, and now what's happening? What are we going to have to deal with this time? Well, turns out that our main baddie that's present through all of these books so far has found a way to raise the dead. So now they have to deal with undead people. And the first undead that they encounter is actually somebody that Mark knows. So he tries to convince him not to attack him, but being under the control of Confucia, he doesn't listen. He doesn't hear Mark, and he just keeps attacking. So Mark has to basically make him dead again. So that brings up a whole load of problems, because how do you defeat an enemy if they can just keep coming back? But that's kind of why I like this one so much, is because I like that I don't want to say that there's a real threat in this one, because the other threats in the first two books were definitely present, but there's something more threatening about an enemy that's already dead. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, to me, it works a lot better than the Council of Ice, or Loki in the second one. I think Loki? Because Loki isn't really a bad guy, he's mischievous. That's what he is, he's the god of mischief. And then the Council of Ice, I don't know what to say about them without spoiling it, but this one seems like the much bigger threat to me, and it opens up a better story for me than the other two. I like seeing how they have to deal with not only fighting enemies that they already have, that they thought they got rid of, but their friends that have died turned enemies, and it's really interesting to see how they deal with the fact that their friend that's already dead is now back and forced to hurt them because they're under Confucia's control. That's not a surprise. He's the main baddie through this entire series, because he's trying to destroy all four of them. And just the fact that I relate more to his quick sarcasm when he's in danger is also another reason I like this book so much. And it's a lot better written than the other two have been. And it's a lot quicker with his story without feeling like too fast. It's fast with its story, but it's a nice pace. Does that make sense to you guys? But Eric and Jenny are forced to stay behind, so they cannot go with Mark and Ava on this journey. But not to worry, it's not just Mark and Ava by themselves, because like I said, there are a lot of side characters in this story, and they're hard to keep track of, in all honesty, because they just keep adding more and more each book. And I'm like, I don't have the capacity to remember all of your names. I really don't. I know Sparks, and that's about it. There's more, but they're just not coming to my mind right now. But, yeah, this is the third book in the series, and I'm on chapter 15. I just haven't my mind has not been on reading lately, so I haven't gotten any further than that. I wanted to read today, but then I'm like, I can't sit still, and if I can't sit still, then I can't read. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're just gonna go crazy. But the last book in the series is Autumn, and I have a feeling that I'm still not gonna like Autumn very much, but I'll explain why in this review. But I'm willing to give it another chance and see if I like it better on the second read. But I doubt it, because the reason I don't like it is very, very specific. But like I said, I'll get to that in that video. But yeah, I really like Summer with its storyline. And Summer actually takes place in the middle of winter because the author likes to confuse us. Summer takes place in winter, winter takes place in summer, autumn takes place in spring, and spring takes place in autumn. Confusing? Yeah, I know. But you get used to it. But yeah, summer so far, even on the second read through, is turning out to be my favorite. And I'm glad that I get to take my time with it, because there are times when I don't feel like reading or I'm busy and I can't read. But with library books, you don't have the option. I mean, yes, you can renew them, but if your librarians are snobby like mine, you run into issues like that. I mean, not all of them are snobby, but the snobby ones are usually at work when I go in there, so I stay away from there. As always, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell down below to stay up to date on future videos. And sorry, I forgot to talk about spoilers, but at this point, you know that this is the third book in the series, so there are going to be spoilers. But sorry for not mentioning that, that completely skipped my mind. Alright, bye guys!